Sir, this property is under HOA jurisdiction. You've ignored multiple notices.
Oh, I read them. I didn't see a reason to this way to take them seriously.
It started with a single piece of paper. A foreclosure notice. The words were simple. Cold. Official. But completely wrong. I placed the document on the kitchen table my great-grandfather built in 1899. He was just a farmer. Rough hands. Simple dreams. But this land meant everything to him. That table had seen generations of our family. Breakfasts. Arguments. Quiet mornings. Now it held something different. A stranger's legal threat. According to the notice, I owed money. $12,000 in HOA fees. $50,000 in penalties. Charges going back years. There was just one problem. I had never joined the HOA. Never signed a single agreement. The debt didn't exist. It had been created. The HOA president delivered the notice herself. Vivian Hartwell. Perfect suit. Polished smile. The kind of smile that feels friendly until you look closer. If you don't settle the debt, she said calmly, the bank will proceed with foreclosure. Like she was discussing the weather. Not my family's farm. 40 acres of land that had been in my family for generations. I asked for proof. Documents. Verification. She didn't provide anything. Just the notice. I'll return tomorrow for your signature, she said. Then she walked away. Her white Mercedes disappeared down the dirt road like the decision had already been made. But something about the situation didn't make sense. I had spent years working in finance. Banks don't foreclose on guesses. Debt requires proof. Verification. Documentation. And something about this felt fabricated. So the next morning, I drove to Regional Trust Bank. The same bank listed on the foreclosure notice. Marble floors. Quiet offices. The kind of place where mistakes are supposed to be impossible. I asked to see my file. The loan officer pulled it up. We received the documents from the HOA, she said. Received. Not verified. I asked for the original paperwork. The signatures. The agreement that supposedly put my land under HOA control. She hesitated. Then admitted something interesting. All of those documents are maintained by the HOA. Which meant the bank never confirmed the debt themselves. They simply trusted the paperwork Vivian sent. That's when I understood something. This wasn't just a mistake. It was a system being abused. And systems only work when someone forces them to follow the rules. So I decided to start asking questions. Because if someone thought they could take my family's farm with a stack of fake paperwork, they had no idea who they were dealing with. Investigation takes patience. Evidence doesn't appear immediately. You follow trails. Documents. Transactions. Records. Patterns. I started with the HOA itself. Meeting minutes. Fee structures. Violation notices. The pattern was obvious. Small issues turned into large penalties. Warnings escalated quickly. Fines stacked on top of each other. Communities need rules. But these rules felt different. Less about harmony. More about revenue. Then I examined the foreclosure paperwork. And the problems appeared immediately. Dates didn't match. Charges referenced HOA agreements from years I had never joined. Some documents had no signatures. Others skipped verification entirely. That's when I knew something serious had gone wrong. Banks are required to confirm debt before acting on it. Regional Trust hadn't done that. They had simply accepted the HOA paperwork. So I scheduled a meeting. Loan officers. Compliance staff. Executives. A quiet conference room. Polished table. Professional faces. I placed my documents in front of them. Organized. Highlighted. Clear. We have a problem, I said. They started reading. Transaction records. Regulatory guidelines. Verification gaps. The room slowly grew quiet. One executive finally spoke. We relied on documentation from the HOA. That was the issue. Reliance without verification. Banks cannot operate that way. Verification protects everyone. Borrowers. Communities. Institutions. I requested an immediate suspension of the foreclosure process. A full review. They agreed. They had no choice. The foreclosure notice was withdrawn. HOA claims were paused. Legal pressure disappeared. Not because of arguments. Because there was no proof. But I wasn't finished. I continued examining the HOA's financial practices. And a pattern appeared. Fines generated revenue. Penalties multiplied quickly. Residents felt trapped. That kind of system doesn't build community. It builds resentment. So I requested a meeting with the HOA leadership. Vivian Hartwell attended. Perfect suit. Calm expression. She believed the situation was already resolved. I presented the evidence. Verification gaps. Missing documentation. Financial inconsistencies. Facts. Not accusations. Her confidence faded for a moment. We operate within our rights, she replied. But rights require accuracy. Claims require proof. I asked for original records. Not copies. Real documentation. More reviews were scheduled. More transparency promised. It wasn't dramatic. But it was progress. Meanwhile, the bank began internal audits. Procedures were updated. Verification rules strengthened. Mistakes corrected. And slowly, the situation improved. Through cooperation. Not conflict. The farm remained mine. 40 acres of family history. Chickens still wandering the yard. Morning sunlight touching the soil. And the kitchen table my great-grandfather built in 1899 still standing strong. Some things endure. Not because of power. But because they matter. Homes matter. Communities matter. And systems only work when people insist on fairness.